So here we are. Look at the size of this place for a small provincial town. Now, I think the tickets are probably where the queue is, Michelle. There are 2 ticket office doors, or 3. Only one of them has a big queue. So, big queue for the tickets. It's a bit silly. They want a few more staff here, I think. Yeah, a few more. Look at all these counters. They're not open. I somehow managed to jump the queue, Michelle.
That's what I was hoping to do.
I managed to jump the queue. I feel a little bit guilty, but I just showed the lady. She was just opening a counter up, and I showed her my ticket number, and she just issued the tickets. So here we are at security. So you'll come through the baggage scanning into this big atrium here. Look, you can see the bottleneck, right? This is the size of an airport. The baggage scanning is too wide. Exhausting, this travelling.
It's a bit of a scramble getting through security.
It is a lot of a scramble. I've got a horrible feeling there's another big queue upstairs. Honestly, you wouldn't think you were just getting on a train. You'd think you were flying on one of the most secure routes in the world, because the length of the queues and the security checks. And I think maybe another queue here. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, it's good for you to know in advance. Probably come with a good hour and a half to spare. It's a nice building, so you know you can relax here. There are bathrooms and all sorts. But will you look? Sorry. There is no official system here. Everybody will just... Honestly, it's just bedlam. Oh, I'm exhausted. There is no real queuing up. It's just push, push, push. Is that our train? So, we're here on time. To be honest, we probably should have come earlier. I think we're lucky. And we've travelled a lot, and we know not to be polite in China. And I mean that respectfully. No one will be polite back to you, so just lose that upbringing you might have had. It goes from the sublime to the ridiculous. Honestly, possibly the stupidest system. Passports again, not even looking at our tickets. Take a look at this bullet train. How gorgeous is this? I asked the lady to take a photo. She did. What a sweetheart. So carriage 2. I think this is us. I think this is our carriage. Do you know what number? Oh, excuse me. Ah, here. Here are our seats. Oh, this is nice. Hello. Hello. Let's quickly check out the train before... Oh, sorry. So you've got a combination of 3 seats. Hello. Anyhow. Combination of 3s and 2s. Very nice, fresh looking train. Let's have a quick look outside. More passengers arriving. It looks to have water. There are toilets here. Ah, modern toilets. No squat toilets. That is good. So 1, 2 toilets in each cabin. Now this train goes at about 300 kilometers an hour, and we will be in Kunming. We will be in Kunming in 3 hours, which is, I'll put up on the screen now how many miles and kilometers we're actually going. Hello. Ni hao. And thank you. Not the easiest, actually not that bad. Not too bad.
The main thing is they've only got maybe 1 or 2 windows open everywhere, you know,
Yeah.
security, tickets, and it makes it difficult.
Yeah, I think what Michelle's saying there is we actually had plenty of time, but in reality maybe you should be here a little bit earlier, mainly because they only have like a very narrow bottleneck coming in through all the different check-in. So there were 3 or 4 check-ins to get onto the train.
Yes.
Now I did think we weren't going to be sat together because it said D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. So that gaily painted train over there is another, it's a slower train that comes up from Dali to Lijiang. A friend of ours came on it. It was a real sort of rattly old train. You can see it's double-decker, and then it's got all that painting on the outside, real old school train. Now, I would suggest also, if you have them, if you haven't, if you're traveling, invest in some noise cancelling headphones, particularly if you're coming to Southeast Asia, because there will be noise everywhere. If it troubles you at all, as it does me a little bit, I'm a bit grumpy. Yeah, noise cancelling headphones. If you want a good pair, I'll leave a link down below this video. They're fantastic. They've saved me many an hour of grief, of screaming children, of loud video playing on phones, loud conversations. Well worth it. So that's handy. They've got power socket, so you can actually plug in. I think we should get the laptop out and do a little bit of work. Okay, train is chock-a-block full. Now I think we lucked out a little bit because there are 3 or 4 different trains a day, and this particular train is only doing 2 stops, so the next stop is Kunming. So that's, I think, why this one is just a 3-hour journey. Some of them are 3.5 hours, a little bit over 3 hours 45 minutes, and I think those trains stop a little more frequently. So I think we lucked out. And when we booked these, there are only 7 seats left on the train. All good. We're off.
And I want to say, don't be late, because we left at 1 o'clock, not 1:05.
And I would say the trains on China are really super efficient and on time, but this one's actually gone 5 minutes early. So I'm guessing they've counted everyone on?
Well, they're super efficient. They've done all the tickets, counted everyone on, and that's it.
Yeah. So we're away 5 minutes early. So if you arrived just on the cusp, forget it. Now you'll notice that there is no in-cabin entertainment. Well, there is. For some people there is. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Better have a strong clip. So you can't keep your baggage in the aisle. These guys have been told to move their bags to the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard CRH China Railway Kunming Group Corporation Limited. On behalf of the council, we wish you a pleasant and safe journey. Thank you.
Okay, so we've got food and snacks and drinks. Okay, thank you. Now you'll actually see people standing on these trains as well, because there are standing room only, or you can buy tickets that are standing only. This here is the first class cabin. Doesn't feel a lot. So just to give you an idea what the first class looks like. Quite clean bathrooms actually, and I think there's a little chart up here, so they come through and clean them frequently. The toilet flushes are a little bit like on an aircraft, where they sort of suck out. And a little wash hand basin. It's all clean and nice. Yeah, Michelle and I were just saying it wouldn't be too difficult to do a longest journey on this sort of train. What I'm doing now is just heading down the train just to see if there is any sort of canteen car or something similar. So here there's a canteen car. Like this. Beef. And that's 45?
Yeah.
Okay. Chicken.
Yes.
Beef. And this is a menu.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sorry. Thank you very much. So there's a little canteen there. Coca-Cola, 7 RMB, so about double the price it would be if you were buying in the shop, but you know, not too bad, just about $1.10 or so. Wow, this thing is long. The people that have to stand, so they have no seats. I guess if there were some spare seats on the train, they could sit down, but it's pretty chock-a-block, so they're having to stand the whole journey or sit on their bags or whatever. Now there actually are more of the old squat style toilets, so more squat toilets than there are Western style toilets. So we reached the end of the train. There are no business class. I've seen on pictures on the website they have business class, really sort of plush, fancy seats, almost like business class on a plane. But there are none of those on this service, it would seem. It's okay. It's okay. Now the other thing, I think children come on the trains for free, which is a good thing. It's not many services around the world where you get free for children, which I think is great. The only thing is they don't get a seat, and that can mean sometimes people will come on with 2 or 3 children, and if you're sat next to them, they'll be climbing all over the place. So it's nice. But at the same time, there are not. I'd rather they maybe charge 10% for the child and let them have a seat, because a 3 or 4 hour journey without anywhere to sit, it's not perfect. I suppose it could be worse. You have no seat at all. That's a strange thing, offering tickets without seats. Now the actual online price for the tickets without seats is almost the same as a ticket with seats. So that really is not fair. It's okay. I can step. So that is the whole length of the train, from the first class to the back of the train. I think it's about 8 carriages, lucky 8. I don't think I'll film much more on the train, to be honest. I think we've probably seen enough. So actually just coming back, Michelle was saying they charge the same price?
Same price for standing as for second class seats.
Yeah. So...
And this one doesn't stop anywhere else apart from Kunming, so you're not going to get a seat.
No. So there's no chance of getting a seat. You're going to stand for 3 hours. There's a girl leaning against the washing sink out the back there with her eyes shut. She looks as if she's asleep. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Don't understand that. Now, while that actually looks like the sea out there, that's actually the Dali Lake. Now, recall when Michelle and I turned up at Dali, we thought we might be able to walk around that lake. got to go for a quick stroll around the lake, but it's almost a sea. It's so big, and it's surrounded by the mountains. It's a completely inland body of water. What I was surprised is there didn't seem to be a lot of fishing. Not a lot of fishing. I'm sure there is, maybe just where we were. This lake is huge. We've been we've been riding at 130 kilometers an hour. Good 10, maybe 15 minutes along the side of this lake, and it's still there. So I've just got to make a note while I remember that basically the train hasn't gone over about 195 kmh for the whole journey. A lot of it was only about 130. So earlier I said this train goes at 300 kmh. Obviously not on this leg of its track. I don't know whether that's just because the tracks here are up in the mountains, but interesting. So maximum probably about 195. Okay, we're arriving in Kunming. We'll see.
Ready for the scrum?
We'll see what the taxi situation is to the hotel. By the way, on this train we've booked our hotel, so we've had a 4G connection. We managed to book the hotel, and I don't think it's more than about 4 km from the Kunming station. Okay, so we're here at Kunming. Really very comfortable journey. Bathrooms, toilets, everything was good. Let me just see if I can film the girl say goodbye. Let's see the train pulling out of the station. It's got a beautiful nose on it, hasn't it? As I say, very good journey. Quite impressed with that train. Very comfortable. Highly recommend it. Even a longer journey would be quite comfortable on that train. We did just a little over 3 hours, I think, maybe a little under. And the train will set off in a second. It's colder in Kunming, a lot cooler than it was when we set off from Lijiang. So there it is, off to its last station, which is only Kunming South. I've left Michelle all forlorn on the platform. All we have to do now is find our way to our hotel. I'm going to end this video here because this was just about the journey from Lijiang to Kunming. Hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comments down below. Love to you all. We'll see you next time. Take care. Now, because it's historic, there's a few things. You're not allowed to smoke in the building at all because of the fire risk. There are no air conditioners installed in these rooms because of fire risks. But